Sweetheart.
Hi. Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Bo. Hello.
So I've come to donate my services, whatever you need me to do. Stuff envelopes or answer the phone, try to get some donations. Whatever you need, I'll do it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I thought we were going to walk in here and find mass chaos. I thought there were going to be phones ringing off the hook and people running around putting big posters with Viki's smiling face on
Well, wait a
them.
minute. You just come back this afternoon. Those phones are going to be ringing like crazy. Volunteers are going to be wall to wall, and the posters are due tomorrow.
Good.
Except they won't have Victoria's smiling face on them.
No.
Yes.
Viki, I really think that people need to see your face.
You know, that's what everyone thinks except you. Maybe you can convince her.
I'll think about it.
Good,
okay?
because this is not the time to be modest, right, Bo?
I think that's Vicki's decision, honey.
Okay, all right, it's your decision. But picture or no picture, I just want you to know that you have my support 100%.
Thank you, Sarah. What about you, Bo? Do I have your support? Or are you going to side with Clint against me?
Are there any other problems, Gary?
No, I think that's it for now, and I'll check with the AD about the promos.
Thanks.
Hey, Max. Welcome back.
Oh.
You certainly look a lot better than last time I saw you.
Well, thank you. How'd the location go?
It was great. It was fun.
Great.
Now, what's this I hear about your leaving the hospital too early and having a relapse?
Oh, ancient history. I'm just fine.
Well, thanks to Gabrielle, I hear. I hear she turned into a real magician, huh?
Yeah, she's a real magician, all right. Here 1 minute, gone the next.
What do you mean?
Gabrielle's disappeared.
Sister Angela said you wanted to talk to me.
Have a seat.
Thank you. You know, I was just in the library learning all the histories of this order.
So I've heard. I'm happy to see you're much calmer than you were last night.
Oh, yes. I am so sorry for my commotion. Heaven knows what the sisters must think of me here, but I am so eternally grateful to you for allowing me to stay. Oh, Sister Amelia, this place is so peaceful as I thought it would be. I slept last night like I've never slept before.
I, on the other hand, barely closed my eyes.
Oh, dear. Were you ill?
I was thinking about you, Gabrielle. I am afraid that I acted hastily in allowing you to enter our convent.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one life to live.
Well, I haven't made up my mind. Roger, I intend to give this a lot more thought, and I intend to talk to my brother about it a little bit more.
You have to talk to Clint to get his permission to support Viki?
Sarah, wait. It's all right. Come on. Obviously, it would be a lot easier for me if Clint and the rest of the family were behind me, but if they choose not to support me, I have to understand that as well.
I don't understand that at all. What about that Buchanan loyalty that you're always telling me about? When there's a family member in trouble, you circle up the wagons and everybody supports him 100%?
No, this is different.
How is this different? Tell me that if Clint was running for mayor, you wouldn't expect Viki to just drop everything and devote 100% of her time to his campaign.
Sarah, please, I don't want this to start another family war, okay? And if Bo chooses not to support me, I don't want it to affect your relationship with him. Your happiness is very important to me. I don't want to cause problems between you. Please, Sarah, promise me that won't happen.
Okay, all right. Everything is fine. We'll work it out. It's all right.
Listen, the printer is on the phone.
Oh.
It's okay. Really, go ahead.
You are full of optimism, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Because, look, honey, you can have as many conversations as you want with Clint, but I mean, there's no way that you can side with him about
But
this.
what if I do side with him? Is that going to start another battle between you and me?
Are you saying that I must leave? Sister Amelia, I'm certain with God's help I can become a productive member of this community.
Not if you're here for the wrong reasons. You can't find peace here unless you've already found it in yourself.
But I told you last night I have made peace with the life that I'm leaving behind.
Lord, you have called me, and here I am. Is that why you wish to join our community? Have you heard God's call? Or are you here because you're running away from Max?
I am resolved, with the help of the Holy Spirit, to spend my whole life in the generous service of God's people. But I must do that now. I cannot do it to your time clock or Father Tony's.
One of the counsels you will profess is obedience.
This isn't about obedience. This is about survival.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Sister Amelia, Max bought a house next door to the bar. For me and for Al, he wants to share his life with me. Father Tony, well, he told him about my decision, and since then he's tried everything to talk me out of it.
Would that be so terrible? Perhaps that is God's plan for you.
No! Because I would destroy all of us. Not just Max, myself, my little boy. I just need more strength, and I know I can find that here. And I'm also certain that within time, Max will accept my decision, and he will start a new life with my son. Please don't desert me now.
Oh, Gabrielle. My dear, I will never forsake you, nor will the sisters of this community. Oh, my dear.
Thank you, sister.
Now, I want you to talk with somebody else.
Oh, yes, of course.
And he'll be here in just a minute.
He? You didn't tell Max that he could find me here, did you?
Gabrielle has disappeared?
She's taking on the veil.
What?
She's joining a convent and becoming a nun.
Oh, yeah, and I'm running for president.
It's not a joke.
Wait a minute, a nun?
Yeah.
As in leading the life of chastity, obedience, and poverty?
Yeah, it's a real stunner, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Given everything she's done lately, I can't believe that she's suddenly embracing religion.
Yeah, well, it's not all of a sudden. She was very religious when she was young, especially when she lived with her grandmother in Argentina.
Yeah, well, in Argentina, she slept with you and got pregnant. I don't exactly call that being religious.
Yeah, well, I think it was the guilt from that led to her drifting away from the church. I mean, that's my guess. But she started going back to the church after you and I broke up. I gave her a real hard time about it, and she became friends with this nun at Sacred Heart, a Sister Amelia.
So she's the one that convinced her to join the order?
No. When she thought I was dying, she prayed to God for help, and he answered her prayers. Next thing I know, she decided to join the convent.
Max, you don't just decide to become a nun the way you decide to be an actress or an engineer.
Well, she thinks she's called.
Well, have you tried to talk her out of it?
Of course I have. Last night I pushed it a little far, and she panicked and ran off.
What do you mean you pushed it a little far?
I tried to seduce her into changing her mind. When I was in the hospital, I accepted the feelings that I've always been fighting against. I don't know, maybe being close to death. Anyway, I just, everything became very clear to me.
Well, I could be mean and say I told you so, but I won't.
I did love you.
I know, I never doubted that. It's just that your feelings for Gabrielle were very strong, very intense. So, does she know how you feel about her?
Oh, yeah.
I don't really understand this. After all of the fighting that she's done for you, she finally wins you over, and now she runs away. Why?
She doesn't think we're meant for each other.
And she's going to turn her back on Al as well?
She thinks it's the best thing for Al and me.
I'm sorry. I'm having a lot of trouble accepting this. And this is probably not what you want to hear, but I really think that Gabrielle is just playing her same old game, but with a different name.
This is not a game.
She tells you that she's joining a
She
convent.
didn't tell me. Father Vallone told me. If Gabrielle had her way, I wouldn't have known till after she took her vows. Right now, she's off in a convent somewhere. I don't know where.
I'm sorry, I don't even know what to say at all.
Just wish me luck. 'Cause somehow, some way, I'm going to find her and convince her to change her mind.
All right. Well, then, good luck. I mean that, I do. I want you to be happy.
I want the same for you.
Thanks. Look, I should go and see Viki over at her campaign headquarters. Call me if you want to talk later.
Nah, too late for talking. It's time for action. I'll tell you what. Just grab your coat and I'll walk you out to the parking lot.
So, you had a successful trip, did you?
Well, it was wonderful being back in the States, meeting old friends, making new ones.
Creating havoc with my reputation?
I beg your pardon?
Did it ever occur to you that word of your article in the Philadelphia newspaper might reach the borders of our little country? Or did you assume that since I've lost 90% of my vision that I wouldn't read it?
Your Highness, if I can explain...
The article was simple enough to understand. Thank you. Simple and appalling. I intend to dispatch a letter to the U.S. State Department letting them know just how disappointed I am in their ambassador.
Now, Your Highness, I was merely expressing the views of many Americans and Mendorans who are concerned about your ability to rule since your unfortunate accident. Now, my opinions do not reflect the opinions of my government.
You are here in Mendorra as a representative of your government. You gave up the right to personal opinions when you accepted the post of ambassador, and you know damn well you have no business shooting your mouth off to the press.
You're taking this too personally.
Of course I'm taking it personally. Every ambassador is here as my guest, and if they can't follow the most elementary rules of diplomacy, then I'll have to ask them to leave.
But, Your Highness, I apologize for my error in judgment. I promise you it will never happen again.
Well, if it does, then you'd better start packing your bags. And if anyone in my inner circle finds that he can't support me, then he can also leave.
I assure you the Crown has our full support.
Well, I hope so, Roland, because I intend to rule this country for a very long time. I have every confidence in my capabilities, and I intend to prove that all the doubters, including Madam Ambassador, are wrong. Dead wrong. Klaus?
My God, I thought he was going to expel me from Mendorra.
Raymond likes to talk tough, but there's really nothing in it.
Oh, that article was a terrible mistake. I think I went too far.
Oh, no, I disagree. As a matter of fact, I don't think you went far enough.
I'll leave you to talk.
Thank you, sister. Well, you're happy I'm not Max, but you're not real pleased to see me either.
To tell you the truth, I don't know if I really ever want to speak to you again.
You think what I did last night was a dirty trick. But how could I ask you to commit your life to God without renouncing your love for Max? You had to talk to the man, sort out your feelings, make sure that your desire for a new life was stronger than your desire for him. Now, I'm sorry if you feel I betrayed you.
No. No, I'm sorry. I'm taking my anger out on the wrong person. Max was the one who betrayed both of our trusts. He admitted last night that he lied to you.
Lied to me about what?
About wanting to talk to me. You see, he had something very different in mind, Father. He tried to seduce me. Candlesticks, champagne, soft romantic music. It was everything I've ever dreamed of for years, even prayed about. I guess it's true what they say. Be careful for what you wish for, it may come true.
So you ate dinner and danced and talked?
And ended up in his arms. It took every ounce of my strength to resist him. And I did resist him. But I was so upset and confused that as soon as I got home, I packed my bags and I came here to the only place I knew I'd be safe.
Safe from your desire for Max.
There's only one thing I truly regret. And that's not saying goodbye to my son, not giving him even an explanation.
Now, Gabrielle, you are free to come and go as you choose.
No, I'm not. Because I can't take the risk of Max finding out where I am.
You're afraid you won't be able to resist him a second time?
How many more tests do I have to pass for you to prove that I do belong here?
Now, Gabrielle, it's okay.
Father Vallone, if I can make it through the next few weeks, I know I'm going to be fine. But I won't be able to do that unless I stay away from Max. Not just for my sake, for his and for my little boy.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to make some arrangements and have Al come over here to see you.
Really?
Yeah, and I promise not to tell Max where you are.
Thank you.
When I was a boxer, the toughest thing about the training was the road work.
Oh, I understand that. I feel as though I've run for 100 miles and I'm no closer to my goal.
You've already taken one step. Now the next step will be up to you.
I just hope you're not going to ask me not to support Viki's campaign.
Look, I would never do anything like that. I think you have every right in the world to follow your conscience, but I have the same right.
Right. You do. I just hope you don't let Clint pull another one of his numbers on you.
No, what is that supposed to mean?
That
huh?
means the way he plays on your loyalty, Bo. Remember when he tried to blame my father for all the trouble that he was having in his marriage with Viki, right? Well, he was wrong then, and he is wrong in not supporting her now.
Honey?
What? What? You know, when Clint doesn't get what he wants, he mopes, he sulks, he pouts until everyone feels sorry for him. I mean, you admitted that when we did our role reversal.
I admitted that maybe, just maybe, your father wasn't at the root of all of Clint's and Viki's problems. But Clint happens to believe his marriage is a lot more important than Viki being mayor of this town.
Oh, great. The next thing you're going to ask me to go back and quit my job. What is going on here?
Yeah, look at that. We're headed right for disaster.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not going to let that happen, all right?
No, what are you doing?
I am reversing roles again. I'm going to get into your head or your heart or whatever it takes. Listen. Okay. Whatever you decide about Viki, fine. I will respect that, all right? Because we cannot keep letting our family's problems interfere with our happiness.
It's just that simple.
No, it's not that simple. I'm sure it'll be very hard. But haven't we learned something over the last few months?
Yeah. We learned a lot.
Okay. So we're not going to repeat the same mistakes, right? We're going to get married in the next couple of weeks. And as concerned as I am about Viki and Clint's future, ours comes first. Okay? I am going to be a very, very happy Mrs. Bo Buchanan for the next 75 years.
80.
80?
So, this little thing really works, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And any time that you would like to borrow a pair of my earrings or...
Great kid. I gotta go to the studio.
But
I'm going to help Viki for a while.
Listen, Bo, Victoria really needs your support. I hope you can find it in your heart to give it to her.
I intend to give that matter a lot of thought, Roger, but let me ask you a little question. Are you really dying to see Viki become mayor of this town, or does it just make it more convenient for you to move in on her?
What it is to help Victoria get elected.
You know, I wish I could believe that, Roger.
The move to draft Victoria began with a dozen or more people who came to me and asked me to join the Concerned Citizens Committee.
And that you just jumped right on the bandwagon, right?
You're damn right. And I'm not the only one. That committee represents thousands of Llanview voters. This is the third bag of mail the post office has delivered today. So you can just keep your personal insults to yourself.
No, look, if I am out of line, if I'm wrong, then I'm sorry.
Yes, you are. And so's your brother. It's time to lay these petty jealousies aside. Now, he insists that he still loves Victoria, but I've seen very little sign of that lately.
He moved back into Landfair, didn't he? He's trying to make his marriage work.
Yes, on his terms. He sets the rules, he calls the shot, and he expects Victoria to fall into line. And all because he's not the center of attention.
No, you're out of line now. He has no intention of being anyone's center of attention. He's concerned about two things. About his marriage and about Vicki's safety.
Yeah, then why isn't he here standing by her side and protecting her himself? Bo, this campaign is a wonderful opportunity to draw this whole family together. Now, it's time to forget these little petty arguments and pull together for the campaign. Now, can't you convince him to at least give it a try? What's he got to lose?
Viki.
Does he really believe he can keep her by refusing to support her? Now, come on, Bo. If Clint insists on being bullheaded, that's his problem. Please don't you join by his side and dig your heels in. Victoria needs your help. She needs to know that you'll be there for her.
Roger, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you mustn't try and pressure Bo. I said that I would simply accept whatever decision he makes. You must do that as well.
So, Viki told me that the opposition party hasn't come up with a candidate yet.
So, was there a chance that you'll be a fusion candidate?
No one has approached me about that.
You're probably taking polls right now just to see how much support you really have.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be wonderful? No serious opposition.
Yeah, be a piece of cake.
Wow, look who walked in.
Hello.
Michael, hello.
Congratulations, Viki. You certainly have galvanized this town into action.
Thank you very much. Since we've just celebrated Llanview Centennial, I thought it would be nice to have the town around for the next 100 years, free of drugs and corruption.
Yes, well, I commend your spirit and your dedication. I also have an offer I think you'll be very interested in.
I just don't see what else I can do. I wasn't expressing the official view of my government, but there are a lot of influential people who are gravely concerned about your brother's abilities now. And I don't know what kind of support they'll offer.
There is only one person who can boost Raymond's self-confidence and ensure that he overcomes his handicap. Sarah Gordon. We must get her to Mendorra before Raymond's coronation. Dorian, will you go to Llanview and persuade her to come to Mendorra and continue her lessons with the prince?
Roland, that's just a waste of time. She won't do it.
Well, how do you know that?
Because she's getting married in a very short time, and even if the prince asked her to come, I don't think she would drop everything and fly over.
But she wouldn't have to move here for a year or 6 months. It would be for a week, maybe 2. She's very fond of my brother. I'm certain that if you explain to her how important this is, well, she'll be happy to do whatever she can for him.
I just don't know.
Will you at least try? The future of this country is at stake.
All right, I'll do my best, but I can't promise I'll succeed.
When you do your best, you always succeed.
I hope you're right. For Raymond's sake, as well as the country.
Come here, darling. There, give us a kiss. Ooh, your nose is cold.
We stopped and had a little snowball fight. Forgot to duck, right, Scout?
I see. And did you throw a snowball right in your daddy's face?
No.
Did you? Are you looking forward to the puppet show? We're going to have a good time.
Before you leave, I have to talk to you, Julia.
Oh, that's all right. We have a bit of time. Here we are. Now, I'll tell you what you do. Why don't you sit down here and play with this truck, all right? And I'm going to talk to your daddy for a moment. There you go. Go on, take your gloves off. That's it. Now, if you're going to ask me anything about Gabrielle, please don't. I have no idea where she is.
Julia, please, I know we've had our differences, but I'm begging you for your help.
If I knew, I would tell you. I don't want her to go to that convent any more than you do. Why don't you ask Sister Amelia? I'm sure she's
Sister
the one
Amelia
who
won't tell me anything. She just keeps telling me to be patient. But Gabrielle will work this through on her own.
Well, perhaps that's all any of us can do.
Oh, yeah, we're going to sit back and just wait till we get the announcement she's taking her vows. I can't do that. Sorry.
Wait a minute, I'm expecting a call from the banner. Excuse me. Hello.
Mummy, it's me.
Gabrielle. Oh, thank goodness you've called. Darling, where are you? When can I see you?
We'll set a time soon, I promise. But at the moment, I need to ask a big favor of you. It's very important.
Yes, what sort of favor?
Right, let me talk to her.
Oh, just wait a minute, please, will you? What do you want me to do for you, darling?
Who are you talking to?
It's Max. He's here. He wants to talk to you.
No, don't put him on the phone.
Oh, please, if you'd only just listen to what he has to
Mom,
say.
I can't. Would you please tell him that to accept my decision and get on with his own life?
Well, if I can't accept it, how do you expect Max to?
Hey, Gabrielle, where are you?
I'm safe, Max. Really, Dad, don't worry about me.
Look, we have to talk. Tell me where you are. I'll come pick you up before you make the biggest mistake of your life and mine.
No, please don't do this to me. Just forget about me.
No! And I'm not going to let you forget about me or forget about Al. In your heart, you know that we're meant to be together. We can make this work if you just give us a chance. I just need 1 hour. 1 hour to see you face to face to talk. That's all I need. Gabrielle? Gabrielle, answer me. She hung up. Julia, what did she say? Where is she?
No.
Please, I got to know.
Look, all she would talk about was Al. And that's all we should be concerned about as well. I don't think he should listen to us yelling at his mother. If you'd been able to restrain yourself for a moment and not grab the phone from me, she might have told me where she is. As it is, perhaps she'll never phone again.
I'm sorry. You're right. Hey, Scout, come here. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a little rowdy, but everything's cool, okay?
Now, I think it's time for us to get ready to go to the puppet show.
Yeah, you go to the puppet show and you have a great time. You tell me all about it tonight, huh? Be a good boy.
Come here. Yes, darling.
I'll see you later.
Oh, Heavenly Father, my desire to serve you is in itself a gift from you. But my perseverance needs your guiding hand. Please give me the strength to turn away from earthly desires. Help me to put Max out of my soul and my heart.
Is there someplace private we could talk?
We have no private offices, sorry.
Oh. Well, then, as you know, I have a great many business connections throughout the state and beyond, and I would be very happy to tap my sources for some considerable contributions to help pay for the letters that your volunteers are stuffing into those envelopes. But more importantly, to pay for some newspaper ads and some television and radio commercials.
Thank you, Michael. I'm surprised, but very touched by your offer. Heaven knows we can use all the help we can get. If you're willing to raise money for us, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support.
You know Lloyd Hall, right?
President of Hall Enterprises, certainly. I serve on several boards with him.
Yeah, well, he's volunteered to chair our fundraising committee. Maybe I can set up a meeting with him this afternoon.
That would be wonderful.
Great.
There's another area where I'd like to lend my assistance. Viki, I saw your press conference on television the other day. You're a very engaging speaker.
Thank you.
I know you didn't get into specifics at the time.
Well, I only called the press conference to announce my candidacy.
Well, I hope you don't mind my saying this, but some of your remarks seemed a bit naive.
Oh?
It's understandable since you haven't been involved in politics. But if you're going to win this election, I feel strongly that you need another point of view coming from sources that are more politically experienced.
Michael, I'm not interested in politically experienced sources. I thought I made that very clear in the press conference. I also feel that the days of special treatment and special favors for groups or individuals are over.
In an ideal world, that would be nice, but politics as we know it is a very complicated business, and the reality is...
The reality is that I'm not so naive that I can't read between the lines. Your support comes with too many strings attached.
Viki, I'm simply offering to put together a group of contributors and advisors who know how to ensure your election.
And when I am elected, no doubt you will come with a list of recommendations to fill positions in my administration and laws that you would like to see passed to favor your advisors.
By advisors, I simply mean a kitchen cabinet. Presidents, governors, mayors, they all have them.
I know they do, and I hope that I will have one too. And mine will be made up of people who put the city's priorities ahead of their own personal gain.
I come here in good faith to offer my assistance, and I wind up being attacked?
No, I'm not attacking you, Michael. I'm just making myself very clear. I will choose my own advisors. I will keep my own counsel. The only thing that I will offer you in return for your help, or anyone else's, is good government. And if you want to play by my rules, fine. And if not, I don't want your support. I can live without you.
We'll see.
I'm so proud of the way you stood up to him.
That stand came with a price. I've just made an enemy of Michael Grant.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Father Anthony Vallone. I'm a friend of Gabrielle's.
I'm afraid she's not here just now.
I know, I just left her. She would like to spend some time with her son before she prepares to enter the convent.
Where is she?
I'm sorry, I can't say that.
Oh, I see. It's all right for you to brainwash my daughter into becoming a nun, but it's not all right for you to tell me, her mother, where she is. You know, you people may think you're doing God's work, but you have no right to tamper with a young girl's emotions, especially a girl as confused as
Mrs. Medina, we are not brainwashing Gabrielle. Sister Amelia and I are simply trying to guide her along the right path.
My daughter does not belong in a convent.
I agree. So does Sister Amelia.
Then why are you encouraging her? Why don't you talk her out of this madness?
Well, we've tried, but as you know, Gabrielle can be pretty stubborn when she sets her mind on something.
Look, no one knows my daughter better than I do. All right? She should not be in a convent.
Well, if that's true, then when she sees her son, she won't be able to say goodbye.
Yes, perhaps.
If I could just bring him to her.
I can't just hand my grandson over to a stranger. You seem like a very nice
I'm sorry, you're absolutely right. If I can use your phone.
Oh, yes. Come in. There.
Thank you. Hi, yes, this is Father Vallone. May I speak to Gabrielle Medina, please?
Hello?
Hi, Mum. I've been expecting your call. Father Tony Vallone, he's there to pick up Al to bring him to see me. It's all right. You can let him go with him.
I see. Darling, do you think I could come with them?
No, you mustn't come.
Oh, Gabrielle,
Please, I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.
She said no.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Well, we'd better be on our way then.
Right. Come on, darling. Here's another surprise. We're going to go and see your mummy. Hi, guys.
Oh, hi, sweetheart.
Megan!
Hello.
Hi, honey. I thought you were working today.
Give me a kiss.
Well, I am, but I thought I'd drop by and congratulate you. My mother, the mayor. I can't believe it.
I'm not the mayor yet.
Oh, well, you're going to be a shoo-in. Piece of cake. Who else is running against you?
Well, so far, no one.
All right, there you go. And even if there was somebody, we'd win 10-1.
Oh?
Yes, that's right, because we're going to have a spectacular campaign.
Are we?
Yep.
Are we?
I am going to devote every waking hour to guaranteeing that you get elected. So, posters, buttons. I need them. I'll go stand on the corner and pass them out and give them out to people in the studio. I'm serious.
Oh, they haven't come back from the printers.
Dad, we cannot have a campaign without posters and buttons.
Yes, ma'am. I'll get right on it.
Okay. So, what did Joey and Kevin think about your being the mayor of Llanview?
They're very excited about it. Even Jessica seems to understand something's going on.
You know what you should do? You should get a family portrait done as soon as possible, plaster it all over town. Make sure that Clint and the boys are in as many of your commercials as possible. Trust me, I know.
The best way to touch a voter's heart is by showing them a loving family, and an attractive one at that.
That is a campaign tradition I'm going to have to break. We're not a very loving family at the moment.
Well, I thought that you and Clint had worked things out.
We were trying to, but he's very opposed to this candidacy of mine. In fact, he refuses to support me at all.
Oh, don't tell me that he's jealous now that you're more important than he is.
No, he just feels that all the hours I'm going to spend away from the family are going to do great harm to my children, to my marriage.
Well, obviously you don't agree.
No, I don't. Unfortunately, Asa has joined the opposition and only given more strength to Clint's conviction that I'm out to destroy us all.
Well, I'm sure that Bo and Cord could help.
Bo and Cord are on the fence right now. My inclination is that they will side with Clint.
Well, don't give up trying. There's too much love in this family for us all to be at odds with each other.
Megan, sometimes love just isn't enough. I found that out with Max.
Well, what happened between me and Max was for the best. And I'm sure that things are going to work out for you. I'm sure of it.
I wish I had your optimism.
Look, don't worry, because I have enough for both of us. Now, I have to go back to the studio right now, but I'm going to call you later, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So hang in there and think only good thoughts.
Okay. Goodbye, my darling.
You know, everybody comes to a crossroads in their life where they have to decide which direction they're going to take. What direction would be best for them as well as everyone else. What I'm really saying is that I'm going to stay here for a little while with my new friends. And you're going to go and live with Daddy. You like being with Daddy, don't you? Yes. I know. And Aunt Andy and Grandmama are going to be there to help you if you need anything. And you know what? You could probably move into the house next door if Daddy hurries up and gets it fixed up. I love you. I love you too, Mom. Don't ever forget that, all right? Will you promise to be a good boy for Daddy? Okay. I want you to see something. You're right here. Look, you're right there. I'll always have you close. I'm going to give you to Tony now, because Tony's going to take you back to Daddy and Grandma.
Let's go, sport.
Al. I love you. Don't ever forget that.
Come on, champ.
Hello?
Megan,
Yeah?
it's Raymond.
Raymond. Hi, must be ESP. I was thinking about you.
Good thoughts?
Actually, I'm furious at you.
Why?
Because you haven't written, you haven't called. I feared that you'd forgotten about me.
Not a chance. I was about to write you, but then I decided I really needed to hear your voice.
Well, name a tune and I'll sing it.
Boy, have I missed you. This is the first time I've smiled in days.
So, how are you doing?
I'm busy. How are you?
I'm busy.
Have you been working on the show every day?
Yeah, I worked every day last week. We just had a location shoot.
How'd it go?
It was good. Yeah. Viki's running for the mayor of Llanview.
Are you serious?
Yeah. She's going to clean up the town like the sheriffs in the Old West.
She'll be a terrific mayor. Give her my best. Are you going to work on her campaign?
Of course. But I'm sure I could get some time off. Just say Concord and I'm on my way.
No. I mean, someday soon, all right? When things have settled down a bit.
Okay, when?
I'll let you know. Until then, remember, I'm always thinking about you. You take care of yourself and give my love to Sarah.
Yeah, you too. You take care. And tell Klausy I say hello, okay?
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You didn't invite her to the coronation?
I couldn't. It's just too dangerous for her to come to Mendorra.
You know, I think you ought to put off this meeting with union officials until you've had a chance to study the current city contracts.
Can we get copies of them immediately?
Yeah, we're going to have them this afternoon. And next we have the Young Executives Club. You expecting a return visit from Santa Claus?
No, I keep hoping Clint will show up. But it's more fantasy than hope.
I'm sorry he's behaving so pig-headedly. I'm not surprised, but I am sorry.
Are you?
Of course, yes.
Tonight, Mike's ex-fiancée pops back into his life on Growing Pains. Then at a special time, does Doogie have to become House of the Slugger when he agrees to teach a high school sex ed class? Find out on Doogie